Hello, hello, everybody. Good Sunday afternoon. Yes, it's afternoon. I hope you guys are having a great day. So what we are going to be doing today is we're going to be wood burning on some wood, and then I'm not sure if I'm going to watercolor it later or if I'm just going to leave it. I'll let you guys take a look and give me your suggestions. So if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching. I would love to know where you're watching from, or if you have not subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you would subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Also, if you're watching this on Facebook, welcome, you guys. If you're new here, welcome to Mountain Made Creations. I'm Jill, and today we're outside because I'm doing wood burning and it has a little bit of fumes, so I decided to do this outside. It's best if you do it outside because you need to be careful. You're going to be dealing with a heat gun, which is super hot, some torch paste, and it puts off a little bit of fumes, so you want to be in a well-ventilated area. I recommend outside. So how are you guys doing? It's been a minute since I've been on here. I have had this awful sinus crud. I don't know what it is, but I'm finally starting to feel normal again. And then Wayne got it, but he's starting to get over it now, so that's good. Hopefully we won't be sick anymore this year, which would be amazing. All right, so let's get started. This is easy, but you're gonna need a few things. First, you're gonna need some wood, and this wood has been sanded. It is super, super soft. There is no stain. There is no sealer on this. You don't wanna have anything on it to create a chemical reaction. So this needs to be the solid wood, sanded and ready to stain once you wood burn on it. I have my stencils that I made from the Ikonart system. If you're interested in that, let me know. I can send you a link to the Ikonart page. This is where we make the mesh stencils. They are reusable and they're sticky. Now, I normally use Mylar when I'm doing my painting and all that. You can use Mylar with the torch paste. I have not done that yet, so I just went ahead and stuck with what I've done, which works good. So you have your file. I started to do a video on how to make the stencils if you have the Ikonart system, but my printer acted up when I was doing the video, so I need to go back and redo that. But you need the stencils, and these are mesh stencils that I made on the Ikonart. They are reusable. They have some adhesive on it that will stick to your surface. So then you're going to need some torch paste, and this is what I use. My brother actually gave me 2 containers for Christmas, which is amazing because this stuff is awesome and easy to use. You're going to need something to spread it, which is a little squeegee thing I got from a Maker Studio a while back. And then I have a little like spatula thing to get the torch paste out. And you're also going to need a heat gun. I'm going to tell you, a hairdryer will not work for this. You're going to need something that gets super hot to be able to burn the torch paste into the wood. So this is what I use. It was a cheap gun that I got, or heat gun that I got at, I think it was, now Harbor Freight? No, not Harbor Freight. It's the other one. I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, you can pick these up anywhere. This is, it needs to be a certain temperature. I think 1200 watts, but I'm not sure. But this one goes to 1500 watt. But you got to have something that's really going to heat up the torch paste. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and let me put you guys down so you can see. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the stencil on the wood. And I also have a tub of water that I'm going to put my stencil in because I won't be able to wash it out right after I do this since I'm on a live. So that keeps it from drying into the stencil and messing it up. So I'm just lining this up on the wood. And then you just press it down. And I don't know what that is on my stencil. Anyway, this should be fine. Like I said, these stencils are reusable. These are good if you do any kind of any kind of screen print on shirts and stuff, you would use something like this. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing good. All right, so here is what we have so far. So we have the stencil on the wood, and then I'm gonna put the words over here after I do the sunflower. So what we're gonna do, let me get you down a little bit more. Hopefully that's not gonna fall out. Okay, so that looks good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the torch paste and put it on the squeegee, and make sure you don't get the torch paste on any of the other wood. I actually got a little bit on the other one that I did, but it did the stain, it just covered it right up on the stain. So I'm just taking a little bit of the torch paste out. You don't want to use a whole lot. And then I'm going to put it right on the squeegee. And then I'm just going to go over the stencil, and you don't have to push down extremely hard. You'll be able to see where you've got the torch paste at once you pull it up before we wood burn on it. You can also use paint, like if you do door hangers or whatever, you can use these to do that as well. I just like the Mylar a whole lot better because I'm limited on how big I can print, and so it has to be able to fit in the printer to print the film to use to make these. And so I'm just going over it, making sure every part of the stencil is covered with the torch paste. And like I said, it doesn't take a whole lot when you're doing this. And you can lift it and see where you've missed and then put it back down if you need to. It's pretty good like that because it's, you know, it sticks to it, so you can pull it and put it back down. What have you guys been up to? It's been forever since I've been live, it feels like. Just trying to make sure I've got that good. And then I'm gonna lift it just a tad and see, make sure everything is covered. And then I'll hold it up and let you see it once I know that it's all done. So I think it looks pretty good. And like I said, it doesn't take a whole lot. And I'm just making sure, okay, so it looks like everything's done. So I'm just gonna put that over here in a tub of water, let that be soaking. So let me show you so you can see where the torch paste is. It's not dark yet because we haven't heated it. So now when I put this stencil down, I need to make sure that this stencil doesn't get into that torch paste right there, or it's gonna wood burn where you don't want it. And I did that before, so we're gonna make sure we don't do that again. And I'm just lining it up and making sure that it looks straight. And then I'm gonna press it down, and then I'll hold it up and let you see it. And there are gonna be imperfections in the wood. I mean, no wood is perfect, but it gives it such a cool look when you wood burn on it. So here's what we have on there. All right, so now I'm gonna do the same thing with the words. I'm gonna put some torch paste on here and spread it over the words. My brother also gave me a wood burning gun that I thought, oh, that's gonna be super simple. Yeah, there is a serious learning curve, but I am excited to learn about it because I think there's so many different things you can do with that. So I'm making myself learn that. I'm always looking for new things to do, new things to learn. I think it's good if you can learn anything. That's a good thing. Just a little bit more. And you don't need to put a whole lot of pressure, but when you're painting, when you're using these type stencils with paint, you have to be really careful not to push too hard, because if you do, it can bleed up under the letters. So just keep that in mind if you use these. They also sell these. There's a couple different companies, like Magnolia Design sells the reusable stencils, and I think it's called Chalk Couture. I've never used theirs. I have used Magnolia, and they're good. And A Maker Studio also has them. Or you can get the Ikonart system and make your own. And then whatever torch paste you don't use, you can put it right back in the container, same as paint. So you're barely using any. And I will say the torch paste is a little on the expensive side. So you want to save all that you can. And let me look and make sure I have all the letters covered really good, and then we will start burning. The fun part. And this looks good, you guys. Okay. So now I'm going to put this in here in the water also, so it can be not drying out while we're burning. And the burning part is what takes the most time. Okay. So now that we have everything on there, so you can lightly see it, so we are going to start burning this. And the heat gun is a little bit, you know, has some sound to it, so I'm going to try to, hopefully this isn't going to take too awfully long. Good grief. Okay. So when you're burning, you want to hold the heat gun really close to the wood when you're burning, and you want to keep it moving, because if you hold it like this in one spot for a long time, it's going to burn that wood. So we're just going to go over everything. We're going to constantly keep moving. And it, like I said, it takes a little bit, but you'll start seeing the wood change colors. But you want to keep it close to the wood as you can without touching the wood. The first time I did this, I was way up here and it took forever. So you want to be kind of close, and you want to keep it moving. And you also want to have it sitting on something like metal or concrete, because, you know, your wood's going to get hot. And so you just keep moving it around until you'll see it start changing colors. It's really cool. And then you want to keep doing this until it turns all the way dark, dark. That's when you know it's done. And so you just keep moving it around and around. And this part's already starting to turn a little bit. You can see where it's already starting to turn a little bit dark. And then you put stain over top of this, and you can watercolor. I don't know if I'm going to watercolor this one or just leave it natural and put the stain over it and seal it, or if I'm going to actually watercolor it. You guys tell me what you think. Do you think I should put the watercolor on the leaves or on the petals, or just leave it? And I see it's already starting to turn a little bit. Like I said, this is the longest part. But you got to make sure you have a heat gun that is hot enough. And it needs to be a heat gun, not a hair dryer. But this is a really cool look, I think. I've actually done a door hanger with wood burn, and I really liked how it turned out. But there are some fumes, so you want to make sure you're in a well-ventilated area and out, or outside. And you want to keep it moving so you're not burning a place on your wood. But once it starts turning, it doesn't take too much, too awful long, but this does take a little bit. Yeah, it's starting to turn good up there. This is just a cool way to have some, different looks. And I love the wood burn look. I think it's so pretty. But again, you don't want to have any stain or any sealer on it. No chemicals at all, because it'll interact with this heat and that could be bad. So make sure. Alright, I'm going to go over here and start over here and get this going. Are y'all loving the fall-like weather? It's been really nice. I'm excited for the leaves to start changing up here on the mountain. Oh, that's turning good. But you want to get as close to the wood as you can. Just don't touch the wood. This is turning out so good. I love it. And I'm also working on some Halloween door hangers. I've not done the Halloween door hangers before, the wooden ones. So I'm working on a couple that are really, really cute. One is going to be on the 1/4-inch thick wood, and one is on a 1/2-inch thick wood. And I may do a couple more. I don't know. We'll see how those two turn out. I don't know if people really, that's not something I've sold before, so I don't know if that's something people want. What do you guys, do you put up any kind of Halloween decorations like for your door? Or do you just go from fall? So just burning this on. This one's coming out really good. So I'm going to go over here now just to keep the wood from burning, because you'll have spots where it burns. You just want to kind of keep your gun moving, your heat gun moving, so it doesn't like get the wood really dark in one place. Like I said, this is the longest part, is the wood burning. And the key is keep it moving, because if you leave it in one spot too long, it's going to make like a burnt spot. And I'm going to try to do a video on how to make the Ikonart stencils from start to end, because it's a really cool process. And I mean, you can use those type stencils for a lot of things. That's what I used to use on all my door hangers, but I was limited in how big I could get them. So that's why I started using the Mylar when I learned about it, and that's been a game changer. You can also use the torch face with Mylar. I just have not done that yet. I should try it. And like I said, you're going to have imperfections in the wood that's probably going to show up when you're wood burning it. And that's okay, because it just gives it a different look from paint. I just love how this how this turns out. So pretty. I think I may leave this one and just stain it. What do you guys think? Comment, let me know. Leave it or watercolor? I think I'll have the other one that's watercolored and then this one not. But I'm not going to put as dark a stain on this one. The last one I did, I put too dark of a stain, so it kind of covered up the watercolor. This is coming right along. But this heat gun gets really hot, so you want to be really careful in handling anything that you've been burning on. Like this wood is probably hot, so here you can see where we're at. I know it's upside down, but it's kind of hot. It's so nice being outside doing this today. It's so pretty today. Had church with my mama, and that was always fun. Y'all, she's a hoot, my mama. She was so funny. And she's so young. She loves all the new technology, the Apple Watches, the iPhones. She's into technology. I just love that about her. She stays right up with the most current things. Love it. And like I said, I use the same stencil that I used last time. So the stencils are reusable. You just wash them out and hang them to dry, and then they're good to go again. So they're really versatile. You can do lots of things with them. I hope you guys can hear me. I can't see comments, so if you're commenting, I'm sorry I'm not answering your questions or talking. Sometimes Facebook lets me see them and sometimes it doesn't, so I'm not sure if anybody is on. If not, and you're watching this on the replay, I love it if you would comment replay. That way bumps it up and more people can see it. It doesn't like hide it. But like I said, this is a little bit of a slow process, this part, but I wanted you to see all the way through. Now, if I decide to watercolor, I won't watercolor it immediately. I'm going to let it cool and all that. I don't know what was going on. We had a hawk scare yesterday. The birds were out, and a hawk went over, and it freaked the birds out. They were all hiding. Poor little babies. Luckily, I was outside. These hawks are terrible on my birds. And if you don't know, I have guineas. And I love those birds so much. They bring me so much joy. They're very comical. This is turning super good, so it won't be too much longer and we'll be done. And just make sure you don't touch the wood with your end of your gun. And don't touch the end of the gun, because it is going to burn you badly. It's super hot. And that part's done. There's only a couple more places here. And you don't need a whole lot of torch paste, so just remember that. Just a thin layer. And, you know, as long as you can see it when you take the stencil off, then you're good. Once it starts turning, it goes pretty much, you know, a little faster. who here likes sports, football? I love college ball. Georgia Bulldogs. Go Georgia. That's my team. Love them. If you're into college football, who's your favorite? I always like to see that. And you know, sometimes there's sap in the wood, and that will come out when you're heating it. So just let that dry. I have had that happen. I think the last one I did, it did that. But it's coming right along. It's looking good, you guys. And I'm getting ready to add some more items to my my shopping link. I don't know what you call it. I guess it's a website where I keep all of my items. And you can claim stuff on there. The link is posted at the top of the page. You just can't pay through there. What it does is once you check out, it sends me an email. And then I'll send you an invoice with shipping if you need shipping. Because that doesn't get added to the price on that site. I'll have to add that, and I add that by using your address. When you fill out your address, I use that, and I only charge you with the shipping cost. I don't charge you more. It's exactly what I pay, and I use pirate ship, so it's a little bit cheaper than the regular post office. So just note that. And if you are ordering and you're you're not local, I take PayPal and Venmo. Right now, that's the only two things I have. So just know that. And that's just a place where I can put all of my items, because right now I can't justify having the websites with what is it called, Shopify. I can't justify the cost of that right now. So this is just a good way to show everything, and you can actually go on there and claim it. And check out the custom photo gifts, you guys. Some of them are new this year. I'm still doing the ornaments, but there are some new photo gifts, custom photo gifts with your photo on them that I'm excited about this year. The Joy Noel and Let It Snow wooden plaques with your picture on the middle on the O. Super cute. We're almost finished, y'all. I know this is taking a little bit, but it's well worth the wait. This is so pretty. Just about done. It's so cool to see it darken like it does. I love it. Just remember to keep it moving, and that way, I got it a little bit right there, but that's okay. The stain should fix that. That E is taking its time. Sometimes you have places like that that take a little bit longer. I don't know why. But it's just about done. It's so pretty, you guys. So, so pretty. I actually think this one's turning out better than the last one I did. I guess the more you do, the better you get with anything. Okay, guys, it's done. Okay. What do you think, you guys? How beautiful is that? And so I think that I like this without the watercolor, but I want to know what you think. What are your thoughts on that? Should I watercolor or should I just leave it? I love this look. I think I'm gonna leave this one. But I want to hear what you have to say. Let me know what you guys think. All right, I'm going to do a devotional. So hold on one second. Let me grab my book. Hold on one second. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot to bring it out here with me. I always like to end on it with a devotional. I just think it, you never know when someone might need to hear something. And so today is September 15th, which I cannot believe that it is the 15th already. Okay. Our hiding place. The Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Those who know your name will trust in you. For you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you. Psalms 9:9-10. David went through intense suffering in his life. He was a fugitive from King Saul, the mightiest man in the land, and on one occasion, even his own son turned against him. Therefore, when David praised God for being a refuge for people in danger, he was not talking in hypothetical or abstract terms. Placing his trust in God was a matter of life or death for him, and God never let him down. In times of trial and tribulation, remember that God always watches over you. He will never forsake those who call upon him, nor let them down. Thank you, mighty God, that we can find a safe refuge in you and that we can hide in you. Thank you for that. Thank you that you never turn away those who come to you. Amen. So, yeah, that is so true, you guys. We need to go to God in prayer when you're struggling or you're having a battle or just anytime you need someone to talk to. Talk to God. I do it a lot. And, you know, if you're having a rough day, go to God. He is going to make our path straight. He is going to help us no matter what. So that's the devotional for today. I have seen the goodness of God. Yes. I love this, love this, love this. So I want you to comment, even if you're catching this on a replay, do we watercolor or do we leave it as is and just put stain over it? So once I decide what I'm going to do, I will stain it, then I will seal it. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you thought about the wood burn. It's super fun. It takes a little bit to finally get the wood to burn, but it is so worth it once you get going. So you guys, I hope y'all have a great day. I hope you have a great week ahead. I know we're supposed to get some much needed rain. So anyway, I hope y'all have a great week. And I will be posting things probably every day because it's my busy season for the fall shows. And I'll be making fall and Christmas, mainly Christmas now. And I will be doing a couple Halloween door hangers. And then I will switch over to all Christmas. So you guys, thank you so much for being here and always just being an awesome group to be with. So you guys, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.